If it's good to go, we chop. If it's not, we're off. It's as simple as that. I think so, aye.
You're just giving me a man out of my face.
Huh?
It's cooled down again.
Are you getting nervous? Are you just warm?
Oh, it's just warm.
So that's what I thought the other day whenever I was standing, I jumped the fence and you're like, you're a long way away from our boy today, aren't you? And I was like, hey, that doesn't matter. I see you're a Portland man then, anyway.
I'm from Portland. I work for Colony Farms most of the week, and then I give G. Thompson contracts a hand there back and forth as well.
Yes.
So no,
you must have a bit of experience under your belt then.
I don't know that.
No?
I can bluff it off, can I?
You can say enough to get by.
I can say enough to get by. I tell plenty of stories.
Our Portland boys are good at telling stories, alright?
That's a good experience. There's no doubt about that. It's not for the faint hearted, if you know what I mean. You know, you're a long ways away from home.
Yeah.
But New Zealand's the same. Like, New Zealand's not close to home either, but
then the way I always looked at it was, you're never more than 24 hours away from home.
oh no, you're not. No.
Everybody sees it on Instagram, they see it on YouTube, you go out and you're driving tractors and sun, but there is still the challenges, like the heat for one, the flies is another, like.
Oh, flies. I spent 5 or 6 weeks up in Nebraska there. Just the works were quieter down here, and they were starting into sorghum and corn and stuff up in Nebraska, so I went up for a while. The mosquitoes up there, I was ate alive. I never seen a mosquito in my life like these things. The living challenges, the food's quite different at home too. I'm sure you see that yourself.
The food is like, I don't know how anybody could stay skinny in this country. Like I know, don't get me wrong, I haven't been exactly mad at the gym before I come out, but I can feel myself putting on the weight since and I've only been here 2.5 weeks.
Now when we first came out, like, you're eating out of the shops all the time, hot food. At the start you're working a lot of big hours and that sort of, I mean, you were drinking plenty of Red Bull and Monster and stuff. You soon sort of feel worse for wear after a while. You soon find a lot of better habits.
You shouldn't miss a potato from home.
Oh, aye. And all the food now, that was a big thing to adapt to. And we're all living in like campers, you know.
Yep.
There's 4 to 55 foot, I think they are, but there's 4 to a room, 2 bunk beds and 2 bunk beds. You do have plenty of room, but living with 4 other fellas, you know, you can get on all their nerves at times. Like,
you don't get lonely at night, do you, without the girlfriend?
I'll try you can miss her at times too.
Maybe that's why you come out here. You come out to buy a ring, did you? Or did you come out for the piece? Buy both?
I don't know what we better say on the camera. As I say, I'd always sort of talk about coming out, and whenever I got the opportunity to come, she told me she was happy enough. She maybe wasn't that happy, but she sort of knew she went out for a year just to see it. And
when it's done, it's done.
Aye, it was done, it's done. She didn't want to get in the way. Like. No, she was understanding enough.
Well, then what's the story with Travis here then? Because he's running 4 main chopping runs.
They were always class, and then I suppose they bought a John Deere. His father wanted a John Deere, and they bought a 9900. Oh, these boys started off with one harvester, and then they had a dairy farm in South Dakota, and it got raked by a tornado.
Right.
They fixed it up and sold it, and then moved to Nebraska and started chopping, and they have a farm in Nebraska, and then they moved down here, and then they chopped in Arizona, and then I suppose the thing just kept growing. So they were running a fleet of class, and then they bought that John Deere, and then I think they had a New Holland come out in demo, and she stayed, and then they bought 3 FR 920s, and then they bought 2 9700s. I think the big push behind them was that there was no AdBlue. They ran Crone as well, I forgot that, but the Crone's died down now. They've have 1180 there.
I only an 1180.
Aye, she stays in Nebraska, just sort of whatever, any odds, and then got some corn and stuff.
Well, what is the theory behind running 4 different brands of chopper?
I don't really know. I suppose one of the brothers, he likes the John Deere, one of the brothers, he likes the New Holland, the other one likes the Class.
Yes.
And then I suppose Crone slapped down. Let's talk about a Crone, so you're not beating a Crone, but I don't know, I've been more a Class man myself now. But to be fair, them John Deeres and them New Hollands seem to be doing.
I've said it for a long time that the FR was a very underappreciated harvester,
Yeah.
but I think it was always the header was holding it back. But see, you have that demo header out there.
I have a new header out there, I know. I know that can feed stuff now. That is a good header. I suppose back up's a big thing too. I suppose that maybe was a bit of a drive towards the John Deere and New Holland. Nearly all their work chopping and that is all down in Kansas, Colorado.
Yep.
I'm sure you noticed, you've been around enough in Kansas now, there's a John Deere dealership in every town.
Everywhere.
And then New Holland, they're not that far away there in Ulysses, so Class, I think it's called Vesta, is their nearest dealership. I think that's in Nebraska, so when you're down here and something breaks, you have to wait 4 or 5 hours for somebody to come from Nebraska down to here, whereas you ring the New Holland or the John Deere man, and well, they're only an hour away at the most.
As it all comes down to basically the backup again, like.
Back up, same at home.
Do they not see any difference in any of the harvesters then? Like, do they go out into the yard and see the 1180 sitting beside the FR and they're thinking, well, it's the same machine?
It comes down to personal preference, I think. There are a couple of Mexican fellas, and there's one of them, he runs New Hollands all the time. He wouldn't run a Class. Another boy, he does not want them. He says New Hollands no good. Most the Classes are 980s. They had 2 990s on tracks, and then they sold one. They traded one of them in against one of them FRs.
They traded a 990 in against the FR?
Yeah.
That was a big statement.
That was a big statement. Hey, look, the New Hollands done. They done all right. Like, same as any new chop with a teething problem, but
yeah.
A machine's nothing without a bit of backup.
I suppose that's the thing too, like the eggers you boys is doing out here, you're in the middle of nowhere, you need somebody, you nearly need somebody on call per contractor or per custom group.
What do you do?
So what do you make of these new style mowers of the Class anyway? Or these 97s?
97s, these extend out.
Yes.
I know they're a good job now. Like, them feed rolls, they have given no bother all year until it came to that sorghum. No, they definitely are. They're a good mower. They're easy enough to maintain. You see yourself there, the sand and that you get packed in.
Yeah, as you said, that's just like concrete there.
That's just like concrete. There's no. You just have to go out and scrape it. There's no easy way around it. Like,
yeah.
If it was, I'd like to think I'd found it by now. But
My name's Ash McCorry, and we're in Colorado today. We're sort of on the border between Kansas and Colorado. So we're sort of in between the two, but sort of varies. You could be in either. Honeymann Custom Chopping is who we're with. I actually came across them on social media, between Facebook and TikTok. I came across them and I got in contact with Travis, and he was more than helpful. He sorted everything out for us, got us out here and got us working, got us started out. We came here the middle of April, I believe, if I can remember right. We were here the middle of April till the present. I've sort of been mowing and most of the time running the chopper here, this FR behind me. She's sort of been my chopper for the time I've been here, but maybe others might differ. She's a 920. She came brand new there in April. I got her now, there was 4 hours on it. I've been well pleased with it this season. I've nearly 600 put on her now. I suppose these guys are trying out here. Have found the service is the big thing. The colour's not really a big choice for people. They're looking for service. So if you've a breakdown in the field, it's who can get there the quickest, who's there the quickest, who gets there, gets her going again. Everything's against the clock. I actually 2 years ago I started out. I was in Arizona crane harvesting. I was down there. he got me onto the chopper. I was running an FR 850 and an FR 920 as well. So those boys now, they are very helpful. They would have helped me get a lot of experience on them, you know, get the feel of them. And I've come out this year, I've sort of just been fit to jump straight into one and get to work with it. After the first half of the year now, I was in a New Holland, and once all sort of the grass was finished, I was put into a 990 class for the maize. I was very pleased with that now. It's a tight match now, but I'll probably stick to New Holland. I'm more of a New Holland man. He still has a 990, but he's got 3 920s. They came, and we've been more than pleased with them. They've been running very good now. I can't say any bad words about them. I've sort of been running her since she came now. Travis might have had her a day or two, but I've been running her there now steady for about 3 weeks, and she's been going very well. I think boys at home sort of have a bit into them now that the class as the chopper is the way to go. And don't get me wrong now, I'm not going to badmouth class. They're a very, very good chopper, but at home now, I would say the service is maybe something similar, different aspects. You could go into different contractors and they could tell you it's maybe between money, it could be parts, it could be a million different things. But there's a lot of boys there who have maybe ran class all their life, and they will for the remainder of their life, and that's probably why. But to be honest with you now, if I had to choose, I would choose New Holland, as I've been pleased with that now for the past 2 years. I've seen a lot of New Holland at home now coming into people's yards, and they are taking over. The new header has been popular. Definitely feeding over here. There's some of the ground here. It wouldn't just be the best of ground, and it's more flexible. Maybe just doesn't make a lot of sense, but between your tines and the angle the bed of it is, it does feed a lot better. Maybe not the chopper, but the feeding capacity of the chopper itself now, it can take a lot. Sometimes the header just can't match it, but the new headers, they are definitely up there with it. The first year I came out here now, I came out for experience. Now, I didn't really know a lot about America, as a lot of my friends had sort of been away to Australia and New Zealand and stuff, and that was very, very popular in New Zealand, especially. I know a lot of people there, but I know when I come out here, just with the visa process and stuff, it's very good, and I would advise anybody that's looking to come here, definitely go for it. So I'm actually sharing a camper at the minute. Now, the first year I came out here, I didn't agree with the camper. I would have always said, you know, it's maybe just not the best of things to stay in. Previously staying in a house in England, you know, that was very nice. You had your own room, etc. But from coming out here now, having the camper, you know, you're obviously moving states every week, every day sometimes. To have everything with you, your clothes, all your washing things, you know, you have a washing machine with you, you have a kitchen with you, you have your bedroom with you. It is very good, I will say now. I agreed with it a lot, just for the handiness of it. Over here, the headers are a lot wider. They are needed here, they definitely are. Some of the rows they're putting out there is huge. They have those swathers here, and the swathers, you can alter the size of the row you're putting out, but the likes of your sorghum and sometimes the alfalfa, sometimes you will get alfalfa and it is heavy and it is a challenge, so you do need the big headers here. And just on the note of alfalfa then, it's a challenge of its own. It's nothing like I've ever seen at home. It's a weed, in my opinion, is all it is without the flower on it. But I know we have tanks in the back of these we have with water, and we have them rigged up basically straight into the knives. And I know if we're getting into a bit of difficulty with the alfalfa, if it starts to dry out on us sort of towards the evening time especially, you can hit a blast of water in at the knives, and I'll help you out there. I'll pull you out of a hole in that situation. A lot of people will say and argue saying, how the hell is it too wet? It's the sun's out, it's 40 degrees. Well, most of the dairies here I've dealt with would base their moisture around dry matter. So it's not necessarily the wetness moisture, it's the dry matter. And the dairy would take, it's sort of the higher the number, the better. Whereas your moisture at home there, the higher the number, the worse. But definitely here now, we run off a minimum of 35%. We have meters up here on our spouts, the Nutri-Sense and the New Hollands. I have it my screen in there. I'm fit to sort of tell you the moisture between maize, alfalfa, you have your sorghum, you have a lot of different crops there, and they're all sort of different numbers now. I know some of the alfalfa you can get away with 33, but ideally the dairies are looking them for 36 till 42 is their ideal mark. A lot of them crops now, they're going to these dairies in massive numbers. Like the tonnage in some of those dairies is just crazy. Those guys are milking upwards of 40,000 cows in there every single day. They're milking around the clock. There's maybe a stop point of 1 hour every day for washing. You have feed yards there, they're maybe 1 kilometre long each. They're holding over 1,000 cows each. You have massive numbers of cows, you have massive numbers of staff to run the dairy, but no, they're very big, the dairy. The people at the weighbridge will go and collect samples for every, give or take, 5 loads, and they'll cook it over the space of maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and they'll cook it, and that'll give you a pretty precise number. However, I have found the Nutri-Sense is out by about maybe 1 or 1.5% at the most. They have a machine up there and they cook it, and they will test the dry matter, they'll test the starch, they'll test protein, they'll test everything in it. They'll see what it's like, and if they give us the call to stop, we have to stop. They will not accept loads there that aren't up to their standards. So down the pile now, it sort of varies. We could have 1 tractor, we could have 5 tractors on it. We have a couple of John Deeres, we have a T9, we have 2 T8 New Hollands. There's a lot to name, and they're always in different places. You have tractors in Kansas, you have tractors in Colorado, and you have tractors in Nebraska. They're the 3 main states that we'll be working in. It has slowed down there, just obviously with the maize and stuff there starting to finish up. Maybe in another week or 2 will be the maize completely finished. And then you have your sorghum. Now there's thousands and thousands of acres of sorghum, but the problem is the sorghum here is so heavy, it's so high. As I said before, the sorghum here is 7 feet tall. It's very hard to dry it out, very hard. So you're always waiting for the go ahead. Obviously they're cooking it steady there to see if it's good to go. So it's really all to do with the dairy. We're working around them. If it's not ready to go, we ain't chopping. Aye, a lot of boys will battle now for the fast tags. A lot of boys like it now. You can sit in there and you can get in a lot more places. I know obviously with the pivots here, you have pivot tracks, and you would have soft spots on it, really soft spots. And obviously with the fast tags, you can get more places. And they're fast, those fast tracks. You're doing 43 mile an hour there with the tri-axle Smiths on them as well. They are a preference, but at the same time, they're a great job here because you've people obviously coming from home, you have people coming from everywhere to work here, and not everyone has their CDL here to obviously drive the trucks. I would say, as a lot of people know now, Smith's pretty popular around the world, between Australia and America. They are everywhere. I think now there's maybe chat about a Red Rock coming along, but we'll have to see. I always says the Irish tillers are the best built. Sure, I always had a thing for America. I know a lot of guys there would obviously choose New Zealand and Australian places, but I always had America in my head, always. I would say do it. I'd say definitely come out here. It's a good opportunity. I know the HSA visa now, you're getting your flights, etc. paid for. So it's a great opportunity. You meet a lot of people. There's people from all around the world coming here. So it's a great opportunity. I would definitely recommend it.
What's the plan for when you go home then? Or obviously propose to your girlfriend, like what are you for?
I proposed to the girlfriend. You even put ideas in there now.
Well, she's away looking after your sheep, you know, if that's not wife material, I don't know what it is.
Oh, aye, well, that's true too. I don't know what plans are when we go home. We'll see. We'll go back to colonies not there and stay around there for a while. You wouldn't know what would happen in the next couple of years. You maybe take notes, maybe try New Zealand or something for a season. There's a lot of hardship at home too, like.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's hardship here. Like, it's not all sunshine out here. I know whenever I was coming out, I was maybe a wee bit gullible. I just sort of thought I was coming out I was just going to be sample. Like, it's, you know, you see there scraping them mowers, and I'm in a alfalfa here now. I'll be heading to sorghum after. You hate to reset them mowers, change the tilt and all. Like, a lot of that's hardship, but at home if you pull them down, you go.
That's like, you don't mind that fight and you just mow.
Whereas out here, slightly different, but hey, as you see yourself at the ground conditions, like them gopher holes there, if you look, you can see the sand, the piles of sand.
Mm-hmm.
That's soring your mowers,
Oh, aye.
soring blades, soring everything. Your harvesters, your chillers.
Even that sun every day is bound to be
Sun,
sore
oh, aye.
on paint and mill.
That's you'll see some of them older class harvesters. They were in Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see they're all faded.
Aye, funny, I didn't notice that yesterday.
That was the sun in Arizona.
Aye, at home you're sort of scared too much away, it's going to make it rust, and over here you're thinking it's just going to rot through
Aye.
sandstorm. Like, there's bound to just be like a grinder going across, or like
Oh,
a sanded disc underneath
Well,
that
if you
bed.
stand, you do get dust storms,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll just come like a cloud of dust, and it'll just move in. I tell you, if you're standing out in that, like you just feel the grit hitting your chin. No, it has to be sore machinery. Like them skid plates, like, we've had to change skid plates on these mowers this year already.
These are only new this season.
New this season. No, we do change skid plates. I've got deep skid plates on at the minute. They're not really suited to alfalfa. Whereas we change them into shallow skid plates for alfalfa. But I'm just sort of giving this fella a hand to get him ahead, and then I'll go back to the sorghum. But it depends. You come out here, what you're looking for. You know, we've been a couple of derbies, and rodeo and stuff. But it's not like home where you can shoot 20 minutes and you're into Belfast. Like out here, there's a big town, Garden City. It's about an hour and a half away from where we stay, and that's just Walmart and stuff down there. You have the wee local grocery stores, but sometimes you get down to the bigger ones, and even get down to a restaurant or something.
And then if you're at home, if you're driving an hour and a half away straight in nearly in Dublin,
Oh, it's just the thing.
you know,
Sure,
that's a big day.
we brought down the fast tracks and them Smith trailers. It took us 6 hours from the home base, or 6.5 hours from home base to one of the yards we parked machinery. We had just sort of looked up just out of curiosity from the north, from the most northerly point in Ireland to the southerly point. It takes you like 6 hours. And if I told you tomorrow to head down to Cork, you'd try and find a way out of it. But I know I would.
That's a big day. Like,
That's a big day.
You allocate a day to do that alone. Like, it's not just a bit of work in the middle of it.
You wouldn't be going down to go straight back up again. Like,
No.
you'd be going down for a day or two. Like, them boys be back and forth in Nebraska all the time.
That's what Travis was saying there. Like, he had to go to Nebraska last night for a couple of parts for a mower. And I says, how long did that take you? He says, okay, it was only 3 hours. I was like,
Aye.
only 3 hours?
3 hours up and then 3 hours back down this morning. Oh no, that's all the time.
But then that's nothing to these boys.
No, it's not one of these boys. They just think, oh, it's just only. Well, look, we've had bother. I'd say we've had bother with sorghum before, like, but as soon as I knew rightly, as soon as you boys would come out, like the thing can't go smooth. Like it's.
The boys talks about the curse of the commentator. This is the curse of the camera.
Like, curse the corner.
Maybe. That would actually make a lot of sense. Like, there's a common denominator in all these
Aye.
if something goes wrong. Like, but
Look, that is good to get away from home. You can see something different. Sometimes you can get stuck on your only way of going at home. You know, there's a big word out there.
Like, you come out here for more than the money. Like, you have to
Oh
come
no,
out for
it's not
experience
money.
too.
I didn't come out for money at all. I suppose it's good to get away and see. Like, there's more to the world than Port Nolan Armoy. Like.
Armoy is my whole world.
Armoy, yeah.